Hi there, this is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and these are 6 wonderful songs from Calling All Stations. Before we get into it, as always, the links to these songs are in the comment select section below this video. So, Calling All Stations was the final album in 1997 from the band Genesis. For those who do not know, and I'm sure it's many of you, Phil Collins had left, and Tony Banks and Mike Rutherford decided to carry on and brought in a wonderful singer named Ray Wilson, who had a much deeper, smokier voice than Phil. And the material reflects that. So it's an album that's gotten unfairly trounced because people were just looking for Phil Collins music and they don't realize how much of the band was Tony Banks and Mike Rutherford. But anyway, it's a wonderful album, and we're going to get into 6 songs. We're going to start with the title cut. Song number 1 is Calling All Stations. It's a moody rock piece about someone looking for help. They're lost in life. What are they going to do? They're calling all stations, anyone that can help them. I wonder, I never even thought about this. Was there sort of an underlying thing here? Was that why they got Ray? They were trying to figure a way to carry on? I don't know. Probably not. But it's a wonderful song. Song number 1, Calling All Stations. Song number 2 is Not About Us. It's a song about a troubled relationship, or I should say a relationship in trouble. It's not about us. It's not about hate. It's more about the loneliness inside. So it's clearly the couple in the song are in a rocky place. Maybe they're over with. I don't know about that. But it's a lovely song. It's very kind of acousticy, ballady. Nice little video for it, which I have put here. And it is song number 2, Not About Us. Song number 3 is Alien Afternoon. It's a Close Encounters song, which Genesis has actually done before with a song called Keep It Dark. But that's a whole different thing where a guy has encountered these aliens who take him to their alien world, and it's beautiful and it's wonderful, but he realizes no one's going to believe that, so he goes, keep it dark. He says, I was away because I was mugged. Anyway, that's not this song. This is a Close Encounters song. It's kind of takes its time getting to where it's getting. Lots of nice Tony Banks keyboard chords, nice Ray Wilson vocal. It's great. It's a wonderful science fiction-y piece. Song number 3, Alien Afternoon. Song number 4 is Shipwrecked. This was, along with Not About Us, this was a single. This is a breakup song about, relationships broken up. They're absolutely gutted. They're shipwrecked. And this has a very MTV style video for it, from back in 97, 98, because the album came out in late 97, like the latter end of 97, and they did singles through into 98. But it's not the most complex of songs, but it's a very effective song, and it has a lovely vocal. The more I listen to it over the years, I've really come to enjoy it quite a bit. So I hope you will too, because it is song number 4, Shipwrecked. Song number 5 is Uncertain Weather. Now, I've always wondered what this song is about. I know it's about loss because it's talking about just having a photograph left, and I wonder if I'm going to see if I can find this video and put it. Someone made a video associating it with soldiers and family we've lost in war. And I wonder if that's not exactly what it is. It fits. It certainly fits. But it is about that, about loss, where all you've got to remember this person's whole life by is like a picture in a frame. So very kind of melancholy. So I'll see if I can find that video. It's simple, but it's a nice accompaniment to this. But that is song number 5, Uncertain Weather. And for song number 6, we close with The Dividing Line, which is, it's another. There's not really much upbeat stuff on this album to get to it. It's very dark, and it's sort of like, is there a line you won't cross? I believe is what it's saying, and dealing with that. But it has some wonderful, wonderful drumming from a drummer named Nir Z, who's one of 2 drummers that took Phil Collins' place in Genesis for this album, the other being a guy named Nick DiVirgilio, who at the time was also in a band called Spock's Beard. But Nir Z gets the honors on this, and he acquits himself well. I'm going to see if I can find a live version of this, because he really knocks it out of the park on that. But it's a heck of a song. So that's song number 6, The Dividing Line. And these have been 6 wonderful songs from Calling All Stations. Now, to finalize this, so the album was especially poorly received here in the States because, again, to so many people, Genesis was Phil Collins and a bunch of guys they didn't know, and he was gone. So it was never given a chance. The record, I can tell you firsthand as someone who writes about this stuff, the record company really botched handling it, and they were very standoffish in dealing with the promotion for it. And it never got to tour here. The shows were wonderful. They toured into 98, and by the end of that year and into 99, they'd already knocked it on the head, and Genesis was over and done, which is a shame because Ray Wilson is a hell of a vocalist, and I just really think they should have done a second album with him. But it was Mike Rutherford who decided not to. It's interesting because it was Tony Banks was hesitant to bring the band back with a new singer, and Rutherford was kind of rah-rah about it. Then they did the album and they did the tour, and Tony was keen to go on and do a second album, but Rutherford knocked it on the head. He felt they were going to focus more on, at that point in their lives, being a catalog band. And in 2007, they did a very low energy tour with Phil Collins. I know people that liked it. I'm not one of them. They should have just let it be. And then they did this atrocious, a year or 2 ago, last run of shows with Phil. And that's going to be that. Ray Wilson still does shows all the time. He still performs Genesis material, just not here in the States yet. Hopefully that'll change. I'd love to know that he was coming to the States. So I hope you give these songs a listen. Even those of you who may have listened to it back in the day and it wasn't your cup of tea, give it another shot. These are good songs. It's strong stuff. It's worth your time. So give a look and a listen. I love you all. Bye-bye.